Hey guys, welcome back. Stop Talk and Roll, episode 121, your number one show for jiu-jitsu analysis on YouTube of just, your everyday rolls. Today we got myself in the black gi and John making his debut on the channel in the white gi. Already have butterfly guard established, so I'm looking to take him this direction because this knee's on the floor, but I don't yet have good control of this post. So some things I would consider here is actually grabbing this arm on the inside, so off camera, you can't see it right now, with my right arm, grabbing the sleeve or grabbing the hand and pulling that through, and then looking to come out to the back. But John puts his arm over, so he's able to escape his arm out of here. Right? Oh yeah, I got slow motion now. Right, so the second that happens, I'm getting my overhook. How do I get back to normal speed? Okay, I'm going to learn these. This is like the first few episodes where I learned some new things. So now I'm looking to either go to single leg X or continue with the sweep. I could sweep him this way, but the biggest issue with that doesn't have anything to do with him. It's this giant brick wall. So it's kind of limiting my ability to sweep him that way, which, I mean, I could given the space we have, but, John likes to roll pretty good, and probably one of us would end up in the brick wall, if not both. So I wasn't really considering that. So I'm thinking about going for single leg X, but I'm hanging heavy. I'm hanging really heavy on this arm. I'm always doing that whenever I'm playing butterfly guard, is I'm hanging heavy on this arm. Okay, he's having to post with his other hand just to keep him up. So look, he's got post committed here, post committed here. So my options are basically to take him back. Not really an option right now because of the brick wall. Or I can go under for single leg X. Now, that's all good and well, but if I can also create a situation where he has to put this knee to the floor because it's just too much pressure for him to handle in this area, I could force him down, which is what I end up doing. So I come over, I try to use my arm to like drive his knee to the floor. I get the initial bait, I pick him up. He doesn't fall for it. So now I have a good grip on his belt and he puts his knee on the floor. So I'm going to take him over now. And that I'm able to keep him away from the wall a little bit. And I actually pull him away from the wall here. So he's like hip escaping into the wall. I don't know if he realizes there's the wall there, but that's what that move is. That's not like a jiu-jitsu specific, but notice the pressure remains. Okay, so if you ever needed to move somebody away, keep that pressure all driving down. Boom, boom, down. Oh, my dog's not coming through. Okay, so I don't have good control of his head right now, so I should be going to north-south. He turns into me. I look for a darce. But his arms are very strong. I don't have great base, but I also don't want to give up top positions, so I'm not going to commit for any kind of rolls or anything. That is definitely my dog barking. I might have to pause this. I use that grip to stay on top. That was a good attempt, John, to take me over. Hard because I have your head. Yeah. I also have this hook to keep your legs off the ground. Guys, if you can't put your feet on, I talked about this recently. If you can't put your feet on the ground, you can't get on top. Like you can't stand up, you can't get on top. So while he does have one and it's possible for with one leg to get up, I'm just going to drive this hip to the ceiling. Let's slow this down. Drive that hip to the ceiling so he can't get up. He ends up getting the turtle, but I match him with that. And I'm still hunting the darce here. Looking for some grips now. I do go back down, but just to kind of take him over again, because I know I have his head and his so far forward above his base here, right? It's just so far forward. It's not going to be a hard thing to do. So I'll relinquish the top position for a second because there's no way he's getting that back. And again, his head's really far away from his knees. And I have everything, so I take him over. Get into mount. He goes to push my leg down, so I bring my. If I keep the knee on the floor and he pushes, it's not going to be hard for him to hip escape. So I bring the knee up, and I immediately hook underneath, so he can't get his hand underneath my leg as well. Okay, so this is stopping him from connecting his elbow and his knee. All right, I go from the underhook to the overhook, and I'm looking to get high elbows now. So I drive up his body. All right, sorry about that. Dog's barking. All right, so on top, we're on the gi, so I am hunting for some collar chokes there, trying to get under the elbow. John does a really good job. He's strong, so this is not the easiest thing in the world. I get the elbows above the shoulder line. Start hunting for the back. I remember this was really bad. I'm trying to get a seated head and arm, but John was just being very good with his head. So I'm trying to get underneath his head, but he happens to roll at the same time. So I stay on his back, kind of. I'm on his side. This isn't like the worst thing in the world. It wasn't good. Like what I needed to do is not fall back when he turns me over here and bring my foot around so it was sitting in front. So when he rolls, I take his back. But it's not good. Like it's a mistake on my part. I need to be more disciplined. You can see right here, my foot's off the ground, my head's going back. I'm taking all the weight off of John, and then he just capitalizes and turns. It was a good capitalization on the moment, but I need to be better with my weight distribution. But with that being said, I could stay on this isn't like a bad position. I shouldn't be in this position, but like this is still not a bad position. I'm almost on his back. So it's not like I'm just going to give up everything. I'm going to continue and try to get on his back. So I reach over to grab the armpit and use that to get myself up. He turtles. He's in a great position right now because I don't have double unders. So I'm immediately trying to dig hooks in, and I'm trying to back up. It's very hard. I'm like super high on him, but I want to get back and get under his the back of his arms, his triceps, and get back to the back. But I don't believe I do. Yeah, I should have taken an arm. Hooks are in again. That knee's down. He's gonna go over in a second. Yeah. So yeah, just the knees down. It's tough. Knee cut through. That's one of my favorite things to do, guys, out of a butterfly sweep is, I mean, if you look at how the sweep starts, right, watch this. This is the knee slicing the leg. See how the knee is above the hip line? Okay. So watch that leg. As it goes over, I can drive that knee this side. Depending on where he turns, or what I want to do, I could drive the knee to this side, which would give me 3/4 mount, and that would get his knees facing away from me, which is great. Or he turns into me, which is what he should be doing, right? So look, I'm kind of like, he's on his back, so I don't know which way we're going to go yet, okay? He pushes it that way, so he chooses the knee slice for me. Okay, the knees on that side, the knees on that pocket, the close side pocket to me, I'm going to knee slice. If it ends up on the far side pocket, or he decides to try to turtle, I'm going to go to 3/4 mount. So I can determine that based on what I want to do. Like I could just force it. I can reactively do it. So based on like where he moves, or right, the two, proactive or reactive, right? In this case, I was just hanging out on top, putting some pressure, taking the roll nice and slow. He drives it down, so immediately into the knee slice. Tripod up, pressure down. Okay, I'm in north-south. I don't have his head control. The only way he's going to escape from here is to get his hips back. So all the weight's on the hips. Heavy on the hips as I come around. Heavy on the hips as I come around. Let me slow this down. Okay, the slow down thing doesn't work perfectly. Okay, nice and slow. Heavy on the hips as I turn the corner. Okay? And back to normal speed. I'm going immediately into a kimura, into an arm bar. John relinquishes a little early, but that's okay. All right, so surprise, surprise. Butterfly again. Oh, no, just kidding. Okay. This is where you kind of like metagame a little bit. John, I'm pretty sure John is a black belt in judo. I might not be sure. I think he does judo. I don't know, but I know he has some judo background. So, I bait that. I jump on his back. I give him my arm. I know he's going to do is it Ippon Sonagi, like the throw over. Obviously, we're not from standing, but I give him this arm with the goal of this hook. My hook right here is going to become the bottom back hook. So I jump in, I bait the throw, I just throw that hook in, he throws me, right? So that's, I bait the hook and he throw, and he's thinking about throwing. I feel him setting it up right now, right? So I jump in, throw the hook, he throws me, high ball ride, right? So now I'm on his back. I get the hook in. All right. He's actually doing a pretty good job. Like, this hook is terrible right now, but I'm able to get him over. I think he might have turned into to the underhook side. And now what I'm looking to do is extend this arm and get my foot over. So I get it below his chest. Foot comes over. The camera's getting crazy. And I get the bow and arrow choke for the finish there. Jeff's probably just messing around. We were working back escapes that class. All right. So again, so here I probably do butterfly again. Yeah, why not? Listen, guys, I really like butterfly guard. It's a very effective guard. So he's doing a really good job of keeping that post away. John, this might work when there's a size advantage. But if you think everything's equal, like size-wise, and we're pretty close in size, my legs are going to be stronger than your arms. Just like your legs are going to be stronger than my arms, just like everybody else, right? Like, I'm not saying like you versus me. Like, the legs are the stronger part of our body, right? Like, versus our arms. So for you to try to push my leg down without the assistance of your legs is going to be very difficult. Not impossible. Usually it's going to be more of a surprise, but you're like really going after them. So I know, like, you're pushing this whole time, right? You're pushing the whole time. You got to be a little bit more finesse and try to clear my hooks, right? The hooks is what's stopping you. All right. And driving my knee is not going to be the answer. This sweep, guys, this is like some just like competition savviness. This isn't complicated. His base is here, right? I have a collar grip. I just push him over. I stomp on his calf as he comes up. So this is a little basic sweep that I do a lot. I just test people's bases. Usually it doesn't, like, once it happens a few times, guys, like, you know, get a little stronger and they don't go over. I'm not implying anything negatively. I've been to a bunch of different gyms around the world, and it's kind of like a gym thing. Don't just accept sweeps, right? Like, you can have good base, and that's going to make everyone better. Like, if someone goes to sweep me in the gym, if I can get like a match with me, I'm usually playing bottom. But if someone goes to sweep me, I'm not just going to let them sweep me. Like, I'm going to put a post up and like have good base and be strong. And like, they're going to have to do a few things to sweep me or to take my back or be successful in that avenue. So it's not like, let me just rotate this a little bit. Yeah, I got to get that bar center. Sorry about that. Been cutting off my arm the whole time. Just noticed that. You don't just accept a sweep. This one's tough though, because I stomp on his leg, I'm able to get his hip far from his leg. So right now, like, he's got good base. Watch the difference. Right. I'm stomping on his foot, so he can't retract his leg. I'm going to stand on it as I come up. So I'm standing on this foot. That foot's stuck there the whole time. It's not moving. I'm still standing on it. Right. This quality got terrible. I'm gonna let it go for a second. All right. So again, we'll slow it down. Let's do 30% speed here. Okay. I stomp on it and just push. Stomp and push. Nice and easy. Stand up. Now let's see. Do I end up clearing the knee? I don't know if there's enough time, but let's see. Oh, perfect. This is me on top now. Okay, so he has a collar grip. I hope I break this. I might not be concerned with it. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's see the difference, okay? So it was quick, but all right. So your strategy was to take two hands and try to push my knee through. My strategy, what did I do? Did you just kick your leg through? Let's see. Oh, no. Okay. So you can see it in the mirror over here. I'm over here. I'm going to be over here in the mirror. Okay. So I get here. I'm heavy on the hips, and I'm driving my knee and my shin into your leg a little bit to create tension. Then I'm going to take my other hand, and I am going to push it through, but I'm going to combine it with my leg. So it's not just my knee is sliding down into it. All right, I'm not doing a knee slice, but I'm just applying that pressure. You can see where my body's going here. And I push and clear the other leg so you can't hook, right? So I push that through and I bring my hook forward. So now you can't reach it, okay? And then back over here, I finish the pass to mount. Guys, just so you know, because I talk about not being greedy when taking mount, there's a key difference here. I'm not being greedy. I'm methodically going through positions. I'm not going from passing to mount. I'm going from the sweep to a half guard to 3/4 mount to mount, right? So I sweep him, half guard, 3/4 mount, mount, right? It's subtle, but it's not greedy in the sense that like I'm gonna get, an escape on me. I'm just taking my time. Right now I'm sitting back doing the power ride. I'm trying to learn that. So I have both my legs are stapled over, trying to get him to a leg drag. Doesn't work. Knee on belly. Now I sit back again for the power ride so I can try it again. John comes over for a kimura. I feel like I'm setting myself up to get catastrophically injured, so I'm not gonna knock on wood. There's some phenomenal kimura artists in the gym. I would consider myself pretty good at kimura, and I've worked with a lot of people that have good kimuras. It definitely is effective. It's like it does work, but you don't have any way of turning your body right now because I have this hook here. I'm keeping your body facing this direction. So all you're doing is what's going to happen here. You end up putting yourself in for the counter, which is I'm able to take my arm and put the back of my hand on your body, on your ribs. So it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to rotate my arm through and put the back of my hand on your ribs and then drive it through and actually put you in a kimura. And I think the round ends before that happens. I don't even know if we'll see it on camera, but so like I'm not even defending with two arms right now. I'm keeping, so you have the kimura, but I'm keeping this connected, right? And you're sitting up. Now you're starting to realize you're in danger, but I would look to sit down and through. But that is the rule. All right. Thank you, guys. John, thank you for being on. John's tough. John rolls hard. So always fun to roll. And hope you enjoy that. So like some finger cracking. I think I'm done. Okay. Like and subscribe for the finger cracking. Ring the notification bell. I get these episodes out every morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Saturday. I'd love to get one of your rounds on. Hit the description below and I'll get you on here. All right. Have a lovely day.